Hi, my name is Jay Grams. My family has owned the Volo Auto Museum since 1960. We have a few hundred of the most exciting collector cars, and they're all for sale in one location. I personally have handpicked them from around the country. Welcome to my sales shop. Come on, let's go for a spin. It's hot rod time. We've got a 1933 three-window chopped Ford Coupe right here. It's a fresh build. It was professionally built. I was told they spent 80 grand doing the car. It was done at a shop locally around here. You know what really makes it cool? It's got a 4-speed transmission. These are almost always automatic. So we got a performance-built 327. You got air conditioning. You got a 4-speed. It's got some cool tricks. Roll down rear window. Go to volocars.com. You can read all the specs. Look at all the pictures top to bottom. And that's where you find price tags on all of our cars along with a finance monthly payment. That's at volocars.com. If you enjoy the video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, click on the bell icon, and you'll be notified as the new ones are posted. But for right now, join me. Let's go for a spin. Okay, so it's a new build, fiberglass body, new frame. It's a boxed frame, smooth gloss black, has tubular supports in the middle. Up front, it has a speedway front end, dropped I-beam axle with the transverse spring, all tubular trailing arms and steering components. It does have a rack and pinion steering as well up front. In back, it has a 4-link system with tubular control arms, adjustable gas coilover shocks, has a panhard bar, has a anti-sway bar, but not the typical one you see. It's more substantial. So it's got a good suspension and drive line underneath it. You look up at the motor, it's real nice and clean. Starter, of course, was replaced. The 4-speed transmission with a hydraulic clutch. Has a Hurst Competition Plus shifter that's in there. New drive shaft, Ford 9-inch rear end. It's got a dual exhaust system, goes all the way out towards the back of the car. Disc brakes in front, drum in back. Does have an emergency brake system. Fuel system is new, of course. Well, it all was new when they built the car, but it's got a shiny painted fuel tank. Has a fuel cartridge filter. The fuel line runs inside the frame so you don't see it. Under the car are 2 remote battery terminals because the battery is inside the power trunk. So if the battery ever goes dead, there's 2 terminals underneath. You can charge or jump it. There's also a hidden button under the car that will open the window so you can reach in and open the door if you ever lock the keys in it or the remotes. It does have a remote oil filter system. There's a hose coming off the motor, and it goes to 2 oil filters. So the guy must have liked his filters. He has double oil filters and a big fuel filter. The floors are nice, smooth, gloss black. So underneath the car is very fresh. The body itself appears to be in great shape. You know, it's a chopped 3-window with suicide doors, but the roof is real nice. This window actually cranks down. I'll demonstrate that a little later. Trunk lid fits nice and square. It's a power trunk lid. I'll demonstrate that as well. Tail lights are flush mounted into this tail panel. The license plate's recessed. There is a key lock here. They were originally going to just have a lock to open it, and they decided to go with the power. They were also going to use a lock to open the doors, but again, they went with power, so those are really not functional. But the body's real nice. I don't see any cracks or damage. It all looks straight. It fits nice. It's all real nice. The lines are real good. No rust, obviously. It's all fiberglass, except for the hood is metal. I don't see any damage. All straight. All looks good. All fits real nice. So the paint is very slick. You'd have to be a very fussy person to nitpick it. And you could nitpick it, but standing here for all practical purposes, if you went and bought a brand new Lincoln, this paint job's probably as nice or nicer. It does have some hand pinstripe, and I like the blue. It gives it some pop. And of course, there's no handles, no trim. It's just a nice clean look. You got pinstripe on the lights and up around on the hood. It's full fendered. Does have chrome original style bumpers. Got some nice oval mirrors. You do have the running boards, and it has the rubber ribbed covering just like the originals, so you can stand on it. Anytime you see the painted running boards, they're gonna get scratched eventually. Power antenna does work. I was just flipping the switch. It's under the seat, and the antenna goes up and down. So there you go. You got all new smoked glass. The wheels, really sharp looking wheels, billet specialties, staggered size. There's 17s in back, BF Goodrich tires. In front, obviously much smaller, narrower, smaller tire, and they are a 15-inch wheel. And they're new. They still has the nubs on the tread. So that's the outside. Why don't we open it up and show you what's inside? Okay, open says me. My daughter Shelby's inside the car. There's a switch that opens the trunk from inside. And it does say Brando did it. That's who did the pinstripe. He's pretty famous in our area here. You can see the trunk compartment is boxed and upholstered. It's got some nice embossed patterns here. The battery is behind one of these compartments or under the floor. The fuel filler is inside the trunk here. Same color as the interior. Now to open the car, you hit the remote. The power window drops down and you just reach in and open the door. So there's suicide doors that they open backwards, and I guess they call them that in case you're driving down the road and the door flies open. But to prevent that, there's a deadbolt lock. Once you're in the car, you flip that and the pin goes through and the door won't open on you. And you got nice embossed pattern just like inside the trunk. You got a very nice contoured seat with an armrest. It has bucket backs but a bench bottom. The whole inside of the cab is upholstered. There's some room behind the seat. There's some speakers, but everything's upholstered inside. The dash painted nice and slick. Has a nice set of classic gauges with tachometer. Vintage air controls and vents are neatly installed at each side. You have a nice leather-wrapped V8 steering wheel on a tilt column. And down on the floor, you got the Hurst shifter. And you got a Lokar e-brake handle. You got some speakers in the kick panel. Stereo overhead with auxiliary plug. Embossed pattern on the headliner. And the power window switches and trunk and headlights, that's all kind of hidden up out of sight. And then there's a handle inside that releases the hood. So it's a 327 motor, edelbrock intake, big dual feed Holley carb. It's got an MSD ignition system, vintage air with a polished compressor, polished alternator, one-wire alternator, big electric fan on the radiator. It's got a set of coated headers hiding down there. Overall, just a nice motor compartment. my daughter Shelby is going to demonstrate the trunk going down. It does go down quicker than it goes up. Now demonstrate the window goes down. Then you just reach in and open the door. Don't do the rear window yet, Shelby. And still have to demonstrate how the rear window goes down. That's manual, like the original car. It has a chrome crank in there that you twist. So you got a real cool 33 three-window coupe. I mean, it's a classic hot rod. They just don't go out of style. Maybe the wheels or upholstery changes over the years, but this is a classic hot rod. Everyone really likes them. This is a fresh build, and it's got a 4-speed. If you want a 4-speed, after all, it is a hot rod, you're not going to find one. Air-conditioned car, all black. Now we're coming around to the back window. All right, Shelby, you can start cranking it down. Just a few cranks, and it does go all the way down, and you do have a third brake light there as well. So this is kind of a neat feature. Back then, they had the roll-down window if it was a rumble seat car, so you could talk to the people in the back. So there you have it. That's my impression. Go to volocars.com. You can talk to the salespeople, ask them your questions. They can help finance the car. They can help get it delivered to your driveway at volocars.com. Hope you enjoy the videos. If you do, subscribe and click on the bell icon. That way you'll be notified as the new ones are posted. Thanks for watching.